Poland. However, he fell in love in Texas, but he's a definite traveler, and he definitely likes to write and share his observations. But also what I found interesting, he does very good research in the areas he's visiting. So he wrote 3 books already. They all sold out, so I was able to collect only 2. I mean, one is Ziggy's and one is yours, yes? So, he writes books and he also makes movies. Today we will be lucky enough, thanks to you, to watch his documentary, which is about Bandera, town right next to San Antonio. So it's on our backyard. And it's very, very much connected to our heritage, Polish people. We all know about Pana Maria and the first settlements there of Polish people. They came to Galveston. But Bandera's story was not so well known until now. So his movie was already shown on several different movie festivals in Chicago, New York, and in Europe. Of course, in Europe he's the coolest guy. He's not only tallest, like I can never imagine, but he also is a cowboy there. So you know, it's like there's nothing more handsome than the guy in the cowboy hat. That's how I feel. Look at this guy. Look at that. He's hiding behind the camera. So you have to switch so they can see you too. Yeah. So definitely, I would like to also welcome his very special guests, which are Mr. Roy Dugosh here, who is with the movies. I haven't seen the documentary, just a few previews, but I think Roy was the essential in introducing Artur to background to Bandera town, city, and his friendship, I would say, probably translated into a beautiful, beautiful movie and about Polish roots, because Mr. Dugosh has Polish roots, even though his Polish is not so fluent anymore. But I found it very beautiful to learn, from those who were here before us, because 3 generations from now will be dead. So I wonder what they will say about us. We're building this history. To his right, it's Mr. Dakota Wortman. He is the editor of the movie. Without him, the movie would not exist.
And filmmaker.
And a filmmaker. So he is right hand of Artur.
No,
so
I'm his right hand.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you guys. But anyway, those are essential people, I understand, with creation of this movie. And so I would like to welcome you to the library. I do know later on we will have time for Q&As, and we will be talking to Artur, who will have time and opportunity to share everything about the movie. Who made it? Who was the right hand? Who was not the right hand? Who was the hand not helpful? Whatever. He can tell us everything. I would like to also welcome our guests. We have very special guests from all over Texas. We have Miss Ludmila, she is from Dallas. If without these people, Artur wouldn't have this movie. Without this woman, I wouldn't have this program, because we were talking, and because we're all crazy and love to do stuff which is totally not our job, really. we decided. She mentioned about Artur and all the stuff. I said, of course I want him. I want him right now here at the library, for our public, for our community, so we can learn the history of this area and the history of anything which is within the San Antonio. We also have guests from Austin, Texas. Angelika, she used very long Polish Film Society, for example, like very complicated names. We also have a guest from Austin/Houston. Hello. We have a special guest because Dakota brought his mom, dad, and wife. So it's so awesome to have you all guys here. Welcome to Parman Library. welcome everyone, because as I said, it's also about the history of the region. It's also about the history of the cowboys, and the traditions here in Texas. So if I didn't mention, we have, of course, the person without whom we wouldn't be here, because she is able to have everyone in the same place, which is our Polonia San Antonio website private group. And so thank you so much for work. She did a tremendous job with many, many years of collecting, putting us together. And we also have Ziggy, who just created our festival. Polonia San Antonio, with the domain poloniasanantonio.com, where you can see us, and that's some kind of continuation. It's live.
It's live?
Yes. Ziggy's live. I'm alive. And the website is what? Polonia SA. I'm sorry. It's Polonia SA, but it's not news, and it's continuation of the Facebook group we have, Polonia San Antonio. So please just visit, sign up. It's wonderful and it's growing. We just thank you so much, Ziggy, for helping so much. It was great. So without further ado, and of course I welcome all the San Antonians. I see, because we would never leave, and you want to go to where you want to go. So I'm not going to take any more of time. Once again, thank you so much, for being here. And I'm going to give away to you guys. I understand. First, we will be watching the movie, the documentary, and after that, there will be time for Q&As to Artur, and we can ask all the questions. You can ask him everything, including how tall he is.
And we also have the biggest cowboy from Trójmiasto, Artur Owczarski, the biggest cowboy.
Hello, guys, Dakota Wortman.
Poland is here, so they have the longest, I think, the furthest to get here,
To the white.
I'm from Warsaw, I'm further east.
Go by the north. All right, so thank you again. I'm going to put the lights down for the movie and enjoy. Thank you.
Around 5 years ago, I was traveling Route 66, and that was the first moment that I talking with Roy about this documentary for a couple of years, and we had no idea how to do it. I was looking for money for people that would be interested in Poland to make this, but nobody was willing to help me. And one day I was invited to youtobe Good Morning TVN, this is a Polish broadcast TV, and they told me that the week later, Roy will be there, and he will tell the story about Bandera. And some journalist came from Canada, Irmina Somers, I believe, and she interviewed Roy, and I saw Bandera, Roy in Good Morning TVN, and I told Roy and said, come on, we have to do it. We have to do it. And then he called Dakota, introduced us to each other, and we did it. No money, no support. There were some
Zero budget.
Zero budget. That was just a dream. And we are three generations. Roy could be my father. I'm closer to Dakota's father in age than to Dakota. So yeah, and we had fun. And it was fun. Yeah, it took us a year from creation up to the Polish premiere. Next week we start the next project, so we still have fun.
I would like to thank you for the idea of doing a movie about Bandera, because every movie, every information I could always. However, we have predominantly information movies about Polonia, Polish people here, settlements in Texas, in Santa Maria. Bandera is kind of on the side. It's for many people here, I think it was very informative as well, because we only heard Santa Maria. I came from California after 25 years in America, and I was positive the first settlements were somewhere on the East Coast, Detroit maybe, and then I found Santa Maria, but I never, and I have to admit, never heard about Polish settlements in Bandera. So it's very important, I think, for our history, Polonia history, for Texas history, and for people of Bandera to have documents about their city, because not all the Polish people make this found. This is very diverse and very interesting, like every other. But I don't want to talk too much. So, do we have any other questions, please? Yes.
Artur, as someone actually who came from Poland, who was the most shocking or thing that you experienced while doing the documentary?
Shocking moment.
Yeah.
When I first came to Bandera, most of the people were introduced to me by Roy. Okay, so I knew few characters that we want to put into the movie. Then Roy brought more, and what I liked the most is half of the people in the documentary were not born in Bandera and chose it as a place to live, and that was shocking for me. That so many people share the same state of mind to move to this place because it's so amazing and special, and they are looking for this lure of history, the Wild West, the same culture. They are all kind. They are really kind people, and it was nice to feel that in this modern world where we are all chasing, running for money and whatever, there are people seeing other values in life, and that's what is this movie about.
With America being the great melting pot it is, in Bandera, are there any unique perspectives or anything that stood out to you as being uniquely Polish as compared to Texas, or anything that reminded you of from home, as mentioned through the documentary? Is there a unique perspective of the Texas hospitality is also a lot of the Polish influence there?
I think we have a lot of in common as Texans and Poles. Why? We are free-minded. personality, family, it's very the same in Texas. And I see it every day in Texas. That's why I love Texas. I don't know.
Yes.
My name is Angelika. I am a Polish journalist based in Dallas, and this is our first meeting in person with Artur Owczarski. We met virtually last year.
And we almost were in the same TV show.
Yes. And I remember when we started to talk, I told Artur how much I miss Warsaw, that I have returning dream about me walking down the Nowy Świat, which is the most famous street in Warsaw. And he said, oh, I have a dream actually, that I am in Texas. So I think we should switch the places for some time and see what can happen. But what I heard from many people, there is a special fashion for Texas in Warsaw. Is this true?
Maybe not in Warsaw, but in Poland. I remember in the 80s, I was a kid. Every week, Saturday night, we had a Western movie. There was not many things that you can see from the Western world in Polish television, but Western movies, they were there every Saturday. And I grew up reading books, Jack London, in the tomb, secondhand Westerns. So when I came to Texas, I realized that this is part of when I was a kid. And people, Roy, walking in Warsaw every day in a hat. You can't imagine people's smiles, and they all enjoyed it. They asked him where is he from. So I think people connect Texas with freedom, with cowboys, and they just like it.
I heard about Polish girls dressing like having boots and
I've noticed this. Yeah, it's becoming more and more popular.
this Instagram challenge or something, right?
I don't know.
I never saw in Warsaw.
In the last few months, I saw a few girls dressed like Texans. Yeah, maybe it's a new fashion trend. That would be nice.
Talk about the country music festival.
Yeah, that correct. Yes. At the end of this month, we're gonna screen it in Europe. So it's a huge event for us. It's an event for 5,000 people, and I will be at the main stage on Friday night to invite people to the screening, which will be on Saturday 1 p.m. So more people will be familiar with the Cowboy Capitol, Bandera, Texas. That's pretty nice.
You explain what that is. For 40 years, there's been a country music festival 2.5 hours outside of Warszawa in the northeast, the Lake District. 40 years. I just learned this last week because I met one of the artists whose father produces this. So there's a whole kind of cowboy culture that does exist there and has for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's very interesting that that is not connected really.
We have two big events. One is American Kwiatkowska, Poland. It's thousands of people bringing their American cars for 3 days, having fun in Katowice. And the second one is a picnic in Bandera. I believe the first year it was established in 1982. And each year, thousands of people are coming to listen to country music just to have fun. Yeah, we're gonna be there. We're gonna experience it. It's important for us.
Roy, I have a question to you. When you went to Poland, was that actually imagined what it would be?
When you went to Poland, was it everything that you imagined it would be?
Yes, it was. When I went to Poland, like I say, we wanted to find out where we came from. We wondered why we were the way we were, why Bandera was the way it is. And when we went to Poland, we made that connection. We saw right away the people were much the same as we were, caring, understanding, outreaching, friendly, and that's one of the characteristics that I think the Polish people have the strongest. Caring about each other, doing what's right, knowing what's right, family, strong family, and I think that heritage carried to Bandera, and being a family of 16 settlers, I told my wife when we moved there, I said, careful, honey, I'm kin to everybody. You know, the Polish all intermarry, the Laskowskis, the Mazureks, the Kalkas, the Anderwolds, the Dugoshes, we're all one big family in Poland, so we're still a big family, and people see this. And that's why people say, I want some of that. Because we carried the Polish tradition with us from the old country, passed it up through the generations, through our parents and on to our kids and on to their kids, and it's still there. And that's what makes us who we are today. We're a special kind of cowboy, a special breed, and that's one thing that Bandera has that's very unique that I hope that you kind of captured in the documentary, because we try to show that. That's who we are.
Can you just expound on one aspect of that, Roy, which is your sister, Eleonora, sorry, I didn't learn until just now of her passing, but she runs or did run the Sister Cities relationship, right? Bandera is formerly twin with that town that's in Silesia.
Right.
And can you talk a little bit about what has gone on there, how long, and who comes here, and who from here goes there?
Well, we started, like I say, back in the early days, and she did all the research, and we I've worked with a guy by the name of Gerald Witt, who's also a Dugosh, and he actually went to the town of Groshmere, and he found a lady there who was a Dugosh. By the time we got there, she had passed away. But they were very receptive. You can imagine, we walked into town, and they even had in the Polish tradition, it's when you come back home, you get bread and salt, okay? And that's what they gave us. So right away, the bond was there, and she formed it, and we did it for many years. We would take a pilgrimage over there, and we would stay in the little towns with the families and just get acquainted with the old cultures, the old things they did. They'd take us around, and really we were treated very special. You know, we went places that most tourists didn't get to go. You know, saw things that most tourists didn't get to see. You know, I can remember that one of the greatest things that I did is I stayed in a farmhouse with the mayor, and my good friend stayed in another house with some people. And they had bicycles, so we would get up like at 4 in the morning, and we would ride bicycles through the countryside. And it was just so pristine, so beautiful, and everybody was just so friendly. Then the word got out that we were there, and Texas carries a little stigma with it, so everybody wanted to see the Texans. So when they saw us going, they would come out and talk to us. You know, we never understood what they said. We never got lost. We'd ask for directions, and they'd tell us that we'd always made it home. So it was an experience. We're still there today. I'm still one of the ambassadors to Poland. We're also in the Silesian area. We actually, the Czech, you've got all those languages out of the Silesian dialect. So it was very interesting. We went into we did a multinational conference in Poland up on Mount St. Anne, and the Ukrainians saw us, and we were kind of crazy anyway, and they liked crazy, and so they invited us to do a sister partnership with them. So we came back, talked to our people in Bandera, to the judge. He said, yeah, let's do it. So the next trip we went over there, we made us a sister partnership with Tanzania and Ukraine, which was a real eye-opener, because Poland broke away from the Russians, and capitalism took over, and they were very, very successful. Ukraine was in the early stages of that, but they still had plowing their wheels with horses. And so it was really an experience, but the same mentality of the Silesian people, and you just love them. They took us into their house, gave us everything that we needed, and it was very pleasurable. And they came, and likewise came to Bandera. Even went into the Czech Republic, and we played, made it into there and talked to some of the Czechs. So it was a real eye-opener. The Silesian people are wonderful people, Polish people, wonderful.
When's the last time anybody went back or forth?
It was probably
Since the
about
pandemic.
5 years ago. I have to say that my sister, she was just, this was her life's ambition to do this, and she passed away a number of years back. When she passed, it just kind of,
Stopped everything.
Well, there is a group in Poland right now.
Sorry?
There is a group in Poland right now, 50 people with Father Frank from Bandera.
Oh, really?
He organized this kind of trips too. We took the documentary to Kwiatkowski, Roy, Dakota, we were together in growing. It's pretty nice. I know that Marcin Prokop, Polish journalist, was just in Bandera. There is a new book about a book about Polish immigration to the United States. So this is growing, and what I find really cool is that Poles have the Cowboy Capitol. Yeah, Cowboys.
Can't make that up.
Well, the horses came actually from Europe, so we were first, of course.
But they collect this from Spaniards, right?
Yes, exactly. But anyhow, so do we have any more questions? Our journalists.
Yeah, I would like to ask Artur if he loves truly Texas. Maybe he's thinking about moving to one day to Bandera.
Yeah, I have been thinking about this for 5 years. But now it's terrifying to start everything from the beginning. And I have 7 years old in Warsaw, which is a reason to stay there. Good.
One serious question. Can you eat pierogi
Yeah.
in Bandera?
I don't know. We have pierogis in Bandera?
Yeah.
Where?
They're probably frozen.
Where do they sell it?
There are some of the families that still make it.
Ah, okay, families do it.
Yeah.
Maybe a Polish store.
Yeah, and there is a restaurant we can find steak in Bandera Polish.
With the documentary, as mentioned within it, a lot of people end up hearing about Bandera and moving towards it due to the lifestyle and culture surrounding there. Do you think after the creation of your documentary, you will have a renewed interest within Texas and Polish people about Bandera?
Of course. After this book and after we won this festival, every 2-3 weeks I get messages on Messenger from people that I don't know saying thank you for your book. We are right now in Texas, right now in Bandera. You saw the cow, the big long horn in the movie. It died like a few months ago, right? So they cut his head and put it on the wall in OST bar. Okay? And Roy and his friends, they put it in the best known restaurant over there. And when he was hanging a redneck, that was the name of this bull, when he was hanging the head of redneck on the wall, there were some holes in the restaurant, and I got the short movie, him hanging the cow on the wall. The people that I don't know, they were from Chicago, and they just said, we are here. Look what happened to redneck. So more and more people are coming to Bandera, and as I said, even this main media are being attracted by this story. So I think it will grow, and we just gave a little piece in this story.
I saw on the YouTuber, some young people traveling through Texas and show being in Bandera.
Yeah, I think we put Bandera on the map of many tourists traveling to Texas.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, this is the
And if you
town.
sell pierogies, we definitely go and show up. In that box.
Construction, the road is so
That too.
it's Yeah, do we have a question in the back?
Yeah, I may have missed it, you may have mentioned it, but where can I find your documentary online? Can I find it on YouTube?
We
Is
just
it titled?
signed a contract with the company. We had 2 or 3 distributors willing to put us into the app on demand and TV on demand, but we just took one step backwards and we signed a contract with the company that is currently looking for a distributor for us. We just want to be sure that we can do better. And within a couple of months, I believe there will be Apple TV, Google TV, all these apps on demand, TV on demand. If you can help, call me.
So if I was looking for it,
You will find it within a couple of months.
okay.
How about the next plan, next step?
We start
I'm
on
sure
Friday.
that a person like you has lots of new ideas and projects. I know that you probably coming to Austin for the Polish Film Festival,
I
right?
hope so. On Friday, today we are going to Utah to make an interview with a person that is a sculptor on the wheeling chair, and he has been loading for all his life making sculptures, and we will make a documentary about depression, the state of mind, how to deal and navigate your bad feelings. And after that we go to Nevada, where the famous NHL player lives. His throat was cut with his skate. On ice. So the whole state, America could see in TV him bleeding on ice. A couple of years later, he shot himself. He still has a bullet behind his eye, and he will also tell us how to deal with depression. So, different topic, different stories. But we want to bring hope that people, the man on the wheeling chair for a couple of years could only move his one arm, and he tried to kill himself a couple of times. And now he's very successful. He sells his sculptures for $30,000 piece. You could see one of his piece in the movie. There was a long cord, metal long cord. He made.
Well, once the movie's ready, what was any questions? I'm sure there's plenty, but people still processing the movie. Right now, I just would like to thank you. I'm going to start from the guest of guests. So we're going to have Mr. Dugosh. Well, there is a thing. I've been told that right after you are going to some adrenaline. So anyway, for you guys are chocolates and flowers. Thank you so much. In our course. About connections, and like I say, and every state has the history, every state has the something which is very unique for them. At the same time, it's repetitive somehow. You see the, let's say, dinosaurs parts are in so many states, and they're so proud of it that if you tell them that this is more important than the other one, they're killed. But look at Texas flag and our flag. We are naturally connected.
Oh, yeah. Conspiracy theory that Bose was involved in creating a part of the Texas flag. That's my conspiracy theory. Yes, it's possible. Who knows? However, it's fun. It's cool. Of course, we have also for Dakota, Nancy, for doing this, and white as red. Thank you so much. You are not going to get the flowers. Because you told me that you're going somewhere to South Country, and I think they're going to die. I don't like to see you die. Even though I wouldn't see it, my imagination would. So, and I'm going to unload it. There's a whole back there, but that's not easy. Because this is something very special, which we did from Parman Library. It's an Alamo done on our 3D printer with a shape half of Poland, half of Texas with the so let me show you. And this is the smallest picture. You can remember what it happened. So remember San Antonio. And then we have something which you cannot live without from San Antonio. Oh, yes. So this is, I don't know, of course, San Antonio's first. Maybe they don't do that well, but we have one person with a Polish. Yes, but he was born here, but he has connection to his mom.
My son's
Then you're going on a trip, so I bought you some towels. And then you also have to have something sweet as a yogurt with you. So something very Texas. Salt for the beer from Texas. And this is something you have to have. Pickle powder. Then you have very Texan pecans bar. Two of them. I didn't know your girlfriend is coming, but look, like I know. Something you can hang at home and hang your hats. And also a must. Sour pickle balls. No comments. one from the public library, the back, so you can reload it. So this won't get spoiled in the car. You can eat the sweets on your way and enjoy it. However, I hope the Alamo and the little print will
Make it home.
yeah, well, I hope that, but
I
I
this
will
is
remind you
forward.
about yes, this is connected. So I hope this will remind you about this visit, which we cherish and appreciate so much. Ludmiła, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to work together very closely, I'm sure. And I think it's great that we were able to organize this that well. And with all of you guys here, we are so close. So I hope we'll stay in touch, and we will be seeing each other more often. Thank you everyone for coming. Now, I have got some little gifts, but I also have I have just a few, however. So, who drove from Dallas? Hey, you guys. Miss Renata for putting us together. A little bag. I know you don't need bags, but just a little appreciation. Ziggy for putting us together. Corpus Christi, here we go. Thank you. Austin. Oh, sorry, Houston. And now,
Thank you.
On June 30th. No, on June 29th.
My God.
Whatever. That's true, but she's not here. 28th. In June, who has a birthday in June?
July.
Oh, it's too late. We have here the winner.
But you should get a bag also. Is there one for you?
Oh, yeah, we that's my, the company. So, thank you everyone for coming. Now you can just hang around. You have a small, I would like to thank you, Miss Christina. She had to go, but she made delicious stuff. Ludmiła, thanks for collaborating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check stop.
And from Czech Town. So, Czech stop. Thank you everyone for bringing something, sharing. As you see, the polls are always the same. We're not going to die of hunger.
Oh, yeah.
Polish place. So, thank you again. So now if you guys can go together and
We take some pictures, right?